Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GK Today Academy app, and there you can get the current affairs in quiz format as well as in easy digest format, and this is how you can attempt quiz. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. This is the name of Telegram channel, GK Today YouTube. The link of GK Today Academy app as well as the link of Telegram channel is given in the description box. Now let's start the quiz. So the first question is, Sujalam Suflam Jal Sanchay Abhiyan is a water conservation scheme of which Indian state? So it is a scheme of Gujarat government, and the goal of this scheme is to increase water storage capacity. Now why this scheme was in news recently? The scheme was in news as Chief Minister of Gujarat approved the third edition of the scheme, and the work for the scheme will be carried out using community participation and using Manrega. The scheme was originally launched in 2018. Now Gujarat was also in news as recently Gujarat Police became the first state police in our country to use taser guns. Gujarat was also in news as the Statue of Unity is in Gujarat, and recently it was included in SCO list of 8 wonders. SCO stands for Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The headquarters of SCO is in Beijing. It is important to note that India and Pakistan became SCO members after Asthana Summit in 2017. So this Statue of Unity is in Gujarat, and it is the world's tallest statue. On the other hand, the second tallest statue of Sardar Patel is also in Gujarat, and it is in Ahmedabad. Gujarat was also in news as recently KVIC, that is Khadi and Village Industries Commission, launched a silk processing plant in Surendranagar district of Gujarat, and this plant is for Patola saris. KVIC is under MSME ministry. Present minister is Nitin Gadkari. Now KVIC was also in news as recently it partnered with Titan for Khadi wristwatches. That means wristwatches made up of Khadi. Next question is, which city under the Smart Cities mission has developed a mobile application called Sahyam, which aims at tracking home quarantined people? So this is an app by Pune, and Pune Municipal Corporation has developed this mobile application. So as per this application, all home quarantined citizens are mandated to install this application, and based on their movements, the users are classified into 3 colors. These 3 colors are red, yellow and green. Now Pune was also in news as recently India's first electric intercity bus service was started, and this bus service will operate from Pune to Mumbai. Recently it was inaugurated by Mr. Nitin Gadkari. He is the Minister of Road Transport and Highways. Pune was also in news as it is the host of Indian Science Congress in 2021. Apart from that, Pune was also in news because of MyLab Discoveries. Now what is this MyLab Discoveries? Actually recently MyLab Discoveries got approval for its first made in India COVID-19 test kit. That means MyLab Discoveries have developed a indigenous test kit for COVID-19, and this MyLab Discovery is a Pune based company. Pune is in Maharashtra. Next question is, which bank has recently launched the voice banking services on Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant amid this lockdown? So this service was started by ICICI Bank, and the service was started by integrating the chatbot of ICICI with Amazon Alexa and with Google Assistant. So the customers will have to download either Alexa or Google Assistant app and link their ICICI bank account to it. And after that, this will assist customers to solve their queries related to their bank account and related to various products of bank. Now, if we talk about few other news related to banking, recently HDFC, that is HDFC Bank, started Safety Grid campaign to promote social distancing. Apart from that, recently it was in news that TCS, that is Tata Consultancy Services, will launch Israel's first fully digital bank. It is important to note that the name of this bank is not yet announced, and this bank will be launched in 2021. Apart from that, recently RBI cancelled the license of Mapusa Urban Cooperative Bank of Goa. Goa was in news recently as it was the first state in our country to use Ayurveda to counter coronavirus. Goa was also in news as recently Goa announced that it became the first state of India to be coronavirus free. Manipur became the second state of India to be coronavirus free. Next question is, Lysenia Kersey, who passed away recently, was the former Prime Minister of which country? So, he was the former Prime Minister of Fiji. Now, Fiji is a country in Southern Pacific Ocean. The capital of Fiji is Suva and the currency of Fiji is Fijian dollar. Now, in the context of Fiji, there is one important organization and it is FIPIC. What is FIPIC? It is Forum for Indo-Pacific Islands Cooperation. So it is a group which was started in 2014 for cooperation between India and 14 Pacific Island nations, and Fiji is one of them. In fact, this forum was conceptualized after a summit in 2014 in Fiji. So this forum is related to cooperation between India and the islands in Pacific Ocean. Next question is, what is the name of mobile application launched by Jharkhand to deliver essential commodities to people? Right answer is Jharkhand Bazaar. So the Chief Minister of Jharkhand is Hemant Soren, and recently he launched this mobile application to deliver essential commodities to people during this lockdown period. Previously, Jharkhand had launched Jharkhand Sahayata app to assist migrant workers in receiving the financial assistance. Similarly, a app was started by Bihar government and the name of this app is Bihar Sahayata app. If we talk about few other initiatives related to this COVID-19, so recently Karnataka government launched Apta Mitra app and a toll-free helpline number 14410. So apart from that, recently Rajasthan government launched Ayu and Sehat app. Actually the full name is Ayu and Sehat Sathi app. Answer in comment box. Recently, which state government started Tiranga Rapid Screening Initiative? Next question is, what is the theme of Earth Day 2020, which is the 50th anniversary of the day? So the theme is climate action. Every year on 22nd of April, this Earth Day is observed, and this is the 50th anniversary of World Earth Day, and the theme was climate action. It is important to note that for the first time it was celebrated in 1970. Now if we talk about few other important days, 23rd of April is celebrated as English Language Day. 23rd of April is also celebrated as World Book and Copyright Day. On the other hand, 21st of April is celebrated as Civil Services Day in our country. Apart from that, 18th of April is celebrated as World Heritage Day. Next question is, who is the author of book titled Midnight in Chernobyl, the untold story of world's greatest nuclear disaster? And recently this won the William E. Colby Award. Right answer is Adam Higginbottom. So recently UK born author Adam Higginbottom has received the William E. Colby Award for his book, and the title of his book was Midnight in Chernobyl, the story of world's greatest nuclear disaster. So answer in comment box, Chernobyl is in which country? Now coming back to this question, so this award is named after William E. Colby. He was the intelligence officer and he was the director of CIA. What is CIA? It is Central Intelligence Agency. So it is the intelligence agency of USA. What is the name of intelligence agency of India? So our external intelligence agencies R and AW, that is Research and Analysis Wing. Our internal intelligence agency is IB, that is Intelligence Bureau. Next question is, where is the headquarters of United Nations World Food Program? So the headquarters is located at Rome in Italy, and World Food Program is the largest humanitarian organization of world, and it is the intergovernmental agency for food assistance. Now recently, why this organization was in news? It was in news because of 4th annual global report on food crisis. So as per this report, because of this coronavirus pandemic, the number of people who face acute hunger could double to 265 million. Now, if we talk about Italy, recently Italy was in news as the 43rd Governing Council meeting of IFAD held in Italy in Rome. What is IFAD? It is International Fund for Agricultural Development. Italy was also in news as recently it decided to impose web tax on digital companies. It is similar to GAFA tax of France. Italy was also in news as it is the host of G20 summit in 2021. This year, Saudi Arabia is the president of G20 group. India is going to host G20 summit in 2022. Now, Saudi Arabia was also in news as the headquarters of OIC is in Saudi Arabia in Jeddah. What is OIC? It is Organization of Islamic Cooperation, and recently OIC was in news as it urged India to protect the rights of Muslim community. Now answer in comment box whether Iran is a member of OIC or not. Now coming back to Italy, Italy was also in news as it is the host of 2026 Winter Olympic Games. Next question is, David Lee has been appointed as the CEO of which global company? So David Lee has been appointed as the CEO of Huawei for India operations. Huawei is a China-based company. Now, if we talk about few other personalities which were in news recently, Mr. Rakesh Sharma was in news. He is the Executive Director of Bajaj Auto, and recently he was elected as the President of IMMA. What is IMMA? It is International Motorcycle Manufacturers Association. Apart from him, recently Mr. Kapil Dev Tripathi was appointed as the new Secretary to the President of India. In addition to him, recently Mr. Tamas Ajan was in news as he resigned from the post of President of IWF. IWF is International Weightlifting Federation. So he resigned because of allegations of corruption and doping violations. In addition to him, Justice Siva Kirti Singh was in news. He is the chairperson of TDSAT, and recently he was in news because his tenure was extended for 3 months. What is TDSAT? It is Telecom Disputes Settlement and Appellate Tribunal. Next question is, which Middle East country recently legalized cannabis farming for medicinal use? So this decision was taken by Lebanon, and this decision has been made to increase the export of medical products made from this plant and therefore to develop the agriculture sector in the country. The capital of Lebanon is Beirut, and there is a Beirut Declaration. Answer in comment box. It is associated to which field? The currency of Lebanon is Lebanese pound, and recently Lebanon was in news as it formed new government under Prime Minister Hassan Diab. Next question is, the term West Texas Intermediate, which was in news, is associated to which sector? So this term is associated to crude oil market, and this West Texas Intermediate is a particular grade of crude oil. It is important to note that in global market there are 3 major benchmarks in the pricing of oils, and these 3 benchmarks are Brent crude, Dubai crude, and this WTI crude. WTI stands for West Texas Intermediate. So recently it was in news as for the first time in history the price of crude oil are going in negative stage. This is because of the low demand of oil because of this pandemic. Next question is, as of April 2020, the investment made by which company is the largest FDI for minority investment in our country? So right answer is Facebook, as recently Facebook announced investment of rupee 43,574 crores in Jio Platforms. Jio Platforms is an entity of Reliance Group, that is Reliance Industries Limited. So this investment will enable Facebook to acquire 9.9% stakes in Jio Platforms, and this is the largest FDI for minority stake in our country. Now, if we talk about FDI, recently government changed FDI norms, and now the investment from the countries which share land border boundary with our country need government approval for investment. Actually, there are two ways through which investment is allowed. One is government route, another one is automatic route. So previously, only investment from Pakistan and Bangladesh needed prior approval from government. But now, all the countries which shares border boundary with our country, the investment from such countries would need prior government approval. Next question is, what is the prompt repayment incentive rate per annum provided to farmers for short-term loans up to rupee 3 lakhs? Right answer is 3%. So recently RBI directed all the banks to extend the benefit of interest subvention and prompt repayment incentive to short-term crop loans. Actually, the government offers an interest subvention of 2% per annum to the banks and 3% additional interest subvention to the farmers who pay their loans promptly. So as the name suggests, it is an incentive for the prompt repayment of loan by the farmers to bank. Now, what is subvention? Actually, subvention is a grant of money by the government. Next question is, which country is ranked first for the fourth time in a row in the World Press Freedom Index 2020? So this country is Norway, and recently RSF, that is Reporters Without Borders, released this World Press Freedom Index. Actually, RSF is the short form of its French name. It is a Paris-based organization and it is a non-governmental organization. So as per the recent report by Reporters Without Borders, Norway is on top while India is on 142nd position. Last year, India was on 140th position. So this year, we are 2 ranks below than the previous one. So these were the most important questions of today's quiz. Thank you, and that's all for the day.